In this episode, it's Sounds of the Season. From the heart of Paradise, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Matt, and as always, we've got our incredible team in the studio helping to produce the show.
Heads up parents, kindergarten registration for the 25-26 school year is officially open at PVSchools. Through our personalized journey of excellence, we are ready to ignite a lifelong love for learning in your child. Secure your spot in paradise today. Visit the PVSchools website and click Enroll.
Attention high school parents and high school students, PVSchools presents Parent Square, an all-encompassing communications platform. Receive messages from your school via email, text, and app notifications, communicate in your preferred language, receive emergency alerts and other notices, all from your mobile device. Parent Square is now live at Horizon, North Canyon, Paradise Valley, Pinnacle, and Shadow Mountain High Schools, but it'll be coming to the rest of the district in early 2026. High school parents can activate their account now through the email they received or by registering at parentsquare.com. Also, consider downloading the Parent Square app for the best experience.
Now, back to the beat. PB Beat, that is.
So tonight is a very special event we have going on. It's our annual Sounds of the Season event. And with us in studio today is Alli Rai, who is the Director of Fine Arts. Hi, welcome.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
So Sounds of the Season is one of those things that people look forward to every year. It's one of the maybe keystone events in PVSchools annually. How does it feel coming in and being part of that?
I'm super excited to be a part of it this year. It does look a little different. So we're doing it on a weeknight, which will be different versus the weekend. But it's a condensed format, and I'm really excited that we're going to have 11 schools participate.
Yeah, and not only is this going to be exciting for students, but it's also got to be exciting for you as well, because this is your first year as the Director of Fine Arts in PVSchools. This is your first kind of entry into this event.
Yeah, welcome to Paradise.
Thank you. So this is my 20th year in education. I spent 17 years in the classroom, all levels, as a visual arts teacher. And then I did some community and parent engagement the last couple of years. And now I'm super excited to be Director of Fine Arts here.
So talk to us a little bit about Sounds of the Season and how much work goes into it. I know it's a big undertaking. Again, it's your first year. So talk to us about kind of the behind the scenes of what it takes for the event.
Sure. So we work with Desert Ridge Marketplace to get the venue set up, and we went and walked it with them and had discussions about how it would run on their side and everything that they're doing to support us. My team, Robert Fowler and Adrian Garcia, do all of the tech and AV stuff for the event with help from our marketing and communications department to do like the background and flyers and all of that. And then I work with the teachers to come up with their set list. So we have a list that is put together. Each school is doing about 3 songs this year. And then Adrian Garcia on my team puts together the actual sound list that's used the night of. Or we also have a keyboard for teachers that are using like an actual old school.
I love that.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit more about the event. Where specifically at Desert Ridge is it, and what should people expect when they arrive?
So it's in the main performance area in front of Dave & Buster's. So it's going to be from 4:30 to 7:30, and it will be nonstop. So each group will go for about 15 minutes, and then the next group will transition. We'll have 11 groups total.
And do you have students K-8 or is this K-12? What are the grade levels you have performing?
So performing this year is K-8.
Very impressive. And, you know, in general, other than Sounds of the Seasons, you have a lot of celebrations going on in fine arts this year. I'm going to look at my laptop here, but just to name a few, you guys are thriving this year. Marching Band won state championships. NVAA just performed Chicago. Broadway Into the Stars just celebrated their 40th anniversary over at Horizon. Do you have anything else coming up other than Sounds of the Seasons that you want to kind of give a plug to?
So in the spring, we will have our annual Sights and Sounds Festival at Shadow. So we're excited for that. That's our biggest event of the year where we have fine arts all together. So we have our visual arts show as well as performances from many of our groups. So that's our biggest one. That is in March.
Thank you so much for being on the podcast today, and to all the students participating in Sounds of the Season tonight. Way to go. Break a leg. And for everyone who participates as an audience member, I just know you'll enjoy it.
Yeah. So speaking of Sounds of the Season, we had the opportunity to go out to North Ranch Elementary School. They were practicing for Sounds, which is again tonight. Kara went out and did a little interview with some of our students and got some video of them rehearsing. Let's go ahead and take a look.
All right, Kara here. We are at North Ranch today. We are gearing up for the annual Sounds of the Season performance going on at Desert Ridge. And I'm here talking to a couple students about their experience and what they're looking forward to. Hi, what is your name?
Adrian.
Hi, Adrian. So tell me, what are you going to be playing in the Sounds of the Season performance?
Chimes or bells.
All right, so what kind of songs are you going to be playing in the Sounds of the Season with the chimes?
There is a song that's Christmas themed that we're going to be playing in the performance probably. But other than that, that's probably the only one.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you, Adrian.
My name is Jadis.
Hi, Jadis. What songs do you think you're going to be playing?
I think we're going to be playing Christmas Medley and Prince of Peace and some of the songs from Chimes. I don't know what they're playing, but it's probably some of the ones from there.
Yeah, I can hear some of that in the background. What are you most looking forward to for this performance?
Definitely seeing my parents watch me and do my performance and doing it with my bestie, Adrian.
Aw, that's so sweet. Well, I'm glad that you're going to have such a good time and such a memorable experience for you here in PV Schools. What is your name?
Zoe.
All right, Zoe. Now, I need you to explain what these gloves are.
So the gloves are for when we're like playing the handbells or the chimes or whatever. We don't want to get them like dirty or anything, so we wear gloves, or we don't want to like break them or something. And when we like, sometimes to stop the vibration, we have to like grab it so it stops vibrating, and we don't want to like get it dirty. I don't know, so we wear gloves for that.
Well, that makes sense. So best of luck to you for the Sounds of the Season. I'm sure you guys are going to do fantastic. We're going to go get a little sneak peek as to what they are going to be performing, and let's see what they're rehearsing.
That's very impressive. I've always loved bells and chimes, and I kind of wish I could learn how to do that. So maybe for one of our next episodes, you and I should go out there and learn how to do that very
I do my
talented
best chime
instrument.
work when it is in the back patio and the wind is blowing through the wind chimes. I'm not a musically talented
Yeah, I'm not
person,
either,
but it would be fun to learn. And those students, I'm sure, started out not being so great. And I'll tell you, it was lullaby-like.
It was
listening,
very,
so.
I was entranced watching it. Thanks to Kara and the North Ranch students for giving us this interview.
Next up, we have one of my favorite segments, Shout Outs. This Thanksgiving, Paradise Valley High School and Horizon High School went head-to-head in a fundraiser challenge with 12 News and St. Vincent de Paul. This is all to help families in need, and we are proud to announce that Horizon was the winner with over $11,000 raised. Congratulations. And to the principal of PVHS, get ready to wear those rival colors at the big varsity basketball game in January 2026. Great job, everybody.
And Roadrunner principal Susan Miller received the 2025 Arizona Association of School Psychologists Administrator of the Year Award. For her extraordinary and transformative leadership, she has fundamentally reshaped her placement program, serving over 120 students with emotional disabilities and nearly 50 staff. into a model of inclusive student-centered education. Congratulations to Susan.
Congratulations to Divya Polakil-Iranov, who was selected as the 2025 Arizona Science Teachers Association Novice Science Teacher of the Year. PVSchools is honored to have you as an educator here in Paradise.
And congratulations to Horizon High School's Pride Regiment and Pinnacle High School's Field Ensemble for winning the respective divisions in the Arizona State Marching Band Championship.
So it's definitely been a fine arts centric, obviously Sounds of the Season specific episode with that going on this evening. But earlier, you had the opportunity to learn a little bit more of the behind the scenes.
Right. I got to do a walk and talk with Robert Fowler, who works for community ed and a little bit of IT. And he took us to the boardroom and shows us what he does kind of on a daily basis for the district. And we talked about Sounds of the Season, which is tonight. Let's go ahead and take a look at the interview. I'm Sarah Hackett. This is PV Beat. I'm here with Robert Fowler, who works for Community Ed. He is our event specialist. Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Thanks for joining us on the podcast today.
Sure. Happy to be here.
So tell us a little bit about your background professionally and working in PVSchools.
So I started out with the district back in 1997. I started out in food service, and then I kind of made my way over to community education, and we did a lot of rentals after hours and school events in our performing arts centers. And it's kind of evolved. I've now taken over running some of the governing board meetings, and I'm helping out with all the AV systems across the district. So I work outside of information technology, and I also work outside of fine arts as well. So I'm kind of in a unique position where I'm overseen by 3 different directors.
Oh, wow. And you really do oversee the events that take place, not just here at the district, but outside of just different locations around.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So specifically, we want to talk a little bit about what you do. And we're going to have you take a little behind the scenes tour of, we're in the governing board room.
Okay.
But we also want to talk to you today about Sounds of the Season. All right, but let's go take a behind the scenes look at the tech booth.
Sounds great.
All right, Robert, now we are up here in the tech booth, and there's a lot of technology going on. It's kind of overwhelming for me personally. But explain what you do back here when you're running a board meeting or a live stream or something along those lines.
Yeah, so we have several cameras that are around the room permanently attached, and we've got a few cameras that are movable. This is kind of our Plex screen that we can kind of watch what every little area is doing. Every single board member, including a podium and a couple other microphones around the room, are there to pick up everyone that's discussing their topics or what they're saying. So we're not only mixing live sound from multiple microphones, because a lot of times multiple microphones are running at the same time, but we're bringing that in. We're running a slideshow with this, so we have all the images from marketing, what's happening in the boardroom. So maybe someone that was Employee of the Month or superintendent comments, we get different slides that we put up on the screen. A lot of times we have people that'll come in to present, and so we have a lot of different slideshows that run at different times throughout the meeting. So we'll be bringing that up as needed as it gets called for along the agenda. And then we're running into a smaller ATEM mixer, so we're grabbing all of our feeds and sound that way, and then we're sending out straight to YouTube.
Okay. So again, you do the event planning side for the district, you do the IT side like you mentioned. So this is just the IT side for here at the governing board room.
Yes.
But we're going to talk to you again about Sounds of the Season and what you do when you go on location, and you have to not only do community ed support and event planning, but also the IT side.
Yeah, so it's a different situation because we're off-site. So we've got to bring all of our own equipment in. The site does have some technology, but we've gotten our equipment refined down so that we can hear a lot of the kids that are singing, and so we truck everything in. So we're bringing in our own sound system, our own speakers, our own microphones are all being trucked into that site. Everything gets set up, the area gets EQ'd, and then we are ready to go. So behind the scenes, we have each teacher that submits all their music for their students, and it's a real great experience for the kids to kind of pop in and get that chance to be up on the big stage and get to sing. It's a great fun time for everyone stopping by, and it's kind of our way of giving back to the community so that anyone out at Desert Ridge that's walking by can stop in and have a listen, and the kids love it. It's great.
So thank you for helping us out today and showing us kind of behind the scenes of what you do to help make Sounds of the Season successful. Talk to the viewer, because if the performances are tonight. Sounds of the Season is tonight. If someone wants to go watch, what do they need to do?
They just need to show up at Desert Ridge at the district stage, which is kind of the very center of Desert Ridge, and we'll be on the main stage. It'll be a blast. Show up at 4:30.
Okay, so we'll see you guys tonight at Sounds of the Season.
Awesome.
What a cool way. I always love it when we get to dive into the behind the scenes because so much goes on that because we work here, we get to see that. But obviously not everyone gets to see the work that goes into, just streaming a live stream board meeting or something big like tonight's Sounds of the Season.
Robert's very impressive. He kind of goes in all directions. He does a little bit of everything. So I was very impressed to learn that.
With that, that has been today's podcast. For more information on the many journeys of excellence, visit www.pvschools.net.
You can also find PV Schools by searching at PV Schools. Make sure to support student success by liking, commenting, and sharing.
And don't forget to support the pod by rating us on Apple and Spotify, sharing new episodes on the social media platform of your choice.
Bye.